Hey friends, Comic Cowboy here, and it's been a while, and I'm still here rocking and rolling. It's good to see you. And as far as prices go, so far in 2023, what we're seeing is the material, Silver Age keys, big books are now pretty much across the board above the 2020 prices, slightly under what we saw in 2021, slightly under what we saw in 2022, but nonetheless above the 2020 prices because, I think when we look at 21, 22, those will be seen as outlier years, kind of a collectibles boom, a crypto froth, a lot of things that happened during those two very speculative years, whether you're talking about financial investments, collectibles investing. All these categories got really hot. The cauldron started to simmer and boil, and stuff came to the top. If you sold material in 21, 22, unless you're talking the end of 22, you did really well. I sold a little bit into that. I wish I had sold more into that. But Golden Age material has really preserved its value through the downturn that we saw towards the tail end of 22 and in 23. Definitely, I do think it is a good time to pick up really select Silver Age keys because the prices, I think, are good. They're not cheap. Again, they're above 20, but they are well below what we saw in 21, 22. So if you're looking for a book that's taken a hit lately, that is going to be an evergreen investment, get your hands on a X-Men 1, a Fantastic Four 1. Those books have come down in value significantly off their highs, and they're fantastic books. Something like a Jim 83 has come down a little bit. Jim 85, First Loki, has come down quite a bit. That's a great key. So there's a lot of minor keys, if you will, that are presenting great buying opportunities. Something like a Hulk 1, 1962. Has really kind of held its value even in this bit of a downturn, which is remarkable. Says a lot about the desirability of that book. But why not look at Avengers 1, 1963? That's a great book that has come down in prices over the last couple years and presents a good opportunity, much like Brave Bold 28, a book that I've talked about before, which I think has considerable upside that hasn't been realized in what is a really important comic book. Nevertheless, my lesson for today, or my mantra, if you will, is stand by your keys. That is something that I practiced all throughout my collecting in comics, and I suppose, if you will, in other forms of collectibles where I dabble in sports collectibles, I dabble in graded video games, even sealed Magic the Gathering boxes. I touch a lot of different collectible investments. Comic books happens to be my favorite because this is what I grew up with. It's what I like. And I like the community quite a bit. And, speaking of stand by your keys, here's one from the Golden Age. Flash Comics 86. Really nice 4/5 copy there. With white pages, which is fantastic. It's just it presents like a 6.0, but it's really saturated, beautiful colors. First appearance of the Black Canary. We haven't seen a copy sell in this grade or thereabouts in a year and a half to 2 years. It doesn't come on market that often. I think maybe something sold in the 6.0 range towards the end of 22. In this book I got maybe a few years ago. I think it's about an $8,000 to $10,000 book these days. Something that I hold on to and I cherish and I like. And the cover's really cool. Too bad Black Canary's not on the cover, but she makes an appearance a few issues later in Also Flash Comics on the cover with the great dinosaur there. This is a book, whenever I see it, I literally try to make a go at picking up the copy. Managed to get that bad boy. So, stand by your keys. I think it's still a great time to participate and invest in Golden Age, Silver Age comic books. Modern, you got to be careful. There's a lot of speculation. There always has been. There's certain books I like that are modern that I do pick up myself. Things like Ultimate Fallout 4, First Miles Morales, I do like that book a lot. Getting it newsstand is really cool. And I like some stuff from the 90s, New Mutants 87, and some other material. For the most part, though, I stick with this Golden Age material. I stick with the Silver Age material. And if you're looking to buy, I think now is the time to really get your hands on some of the seminal Silver Age keys that have come down in value way off the 21, 22 highs, a bit above 20, right, 2020, but still present great opportunities. Your X-Men 1s, your Avenger 1, Fantastic Four 1. I think those are great books to pick up. And if you can, 2.5 and higher, anything up to mid-grade with those books, of course, gets very expensive. But I love those books, and I think they're going to preserve their value for years and decades to come. Hope you're well. Share in the comics what you've been buying in 2023, because it's been a weird, topsy-turvy year. Whether you're talking graded sports cards, or you're talking Magic the Gathering, or maybe you're into crypto, blockchain, Web3, investing in traditional stock. I don't know. I think it's always a good time to participate rather than sit on the sidelines, even though it's a really funny year and stuff's like all over the place. I still stand by the books, the big keys, that kind of material. I love it. I enjoy it. And I hope you do too. Great to see you. Laters.